The diplomatic carousel over the Ukraine war has spun faster in the past few days. After his high-profile Alaska summit with Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump hosted Volodymyr Zelenskyy and European leaders at the White House. Now, the U.S. president says the stage is set for a direct Zelenskyy-Putin meeting. This will reportedly be followed by a trilateral meeting that would also include him. So, the question of the hour is, what comes next for Ukraine? Trump said his meeting with Zelenskyy and the European leaders was very good. He said that all the parties discussed the security guarantees that would be offered to Ukraine. There are reports that the United States plans to offer Ukraine a NATO-style security guarantee. In fact, Putin has himself reportedly agreed to such a condition. This will help with two things. First, it will ensure that Ukraine does not join NATO, which is a red line for Russia, and then, it would also give Kyiv peace of mind, while ensuring that other countries are not legally required to come to its defense in case of a fresh attack by Russia. Donald Trump said he would be making arrangements to set up a face-to-face meeting between Zelenskyy and Putin. In fact, right after the White House gathering, Trump said that he called Putin to explain to him what had been decided. Trump says once the bilateral takes place, he will follow up with a trilateral meeting involving himself, Putin, and Zelenskyy. His hope, this three-way format could finally produce an end to the war. But will it be that simple? European leaders are doubtful about Putin's sincerity. Finnish President Alexander Stubb bluntly suggested that Putin cannot be trusted. He also questioned whether he is genuinely interested in talks or simply trying to buy more time. French President Emmanuel Macron struck a similar note. He praised Trump's optimism, but questioned whether the Russian leader really wants peace. Macron said that Putin's true aim remains clear: take more territory, weaken Ukraine, and keep Kyiv trapped within Russia's sphere of influence. Still, Macron added that if Trump can get a deal, Europe must support it. Here lies the biggest sticking point. Before Alaska, Trump had warned Russia of consequences if it refused a ceasefire. European governments also agreed that a ceasefire must be the first step. However, after meeting Putin, Trump shifted gears. He now argues that a ceasefire may not be necessary at all. His reasoning: ceasefires often allow one side to regroup and rearm. Instead, he believes direct peace talks should start immediately. This approach lines up neatly with Moscow's position. However, most European leaders flatly disagree. Even German Chancellor Merz insists a ceasefire must precede any real negotiations. Zelenskyy himself has agreed in principle to meet Putin, but has avoided demanding preconditions. The Kremlin has kept its response deliberately vague. Officially, it says Putin is open to meeting Zelenskyy. Reports suggest that during his 40-minute phone call with Trump, Putin told him he was willing to consider it. But Moscow has made no firm commitments. That uncertainty has left many in Kyiv uneasy. So, what's next for Ukraine? For now, all eyes are on the proposed Zelenskyy-Putin bilateral. If it happens, it will mark the first direct face-to-face since the war began. The trilateral with Trump would then follow. But whether any of this brings Ukraine closer to peace depends less on Trump's optimism and more on Putin's intentions. Will he come to the table seriously, or simply use talks as a stalling tactic while the war grinds on? That is the question Ukraine and the world now waits to see answered.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.